You're tuned into Capital Jazz TV. I'm your host, Jodine Dorsey, and I am sitting with the first time ever on the Super Cruise, comedian, actress, producer, director. I mean, like, what else do I call you? Stand-up comic? Like, I should call it all, Miss Alycia Cooper. How you doing?
So nice to meet you. I'm good. I'm really enjoying this. Look at the atmosphere that we're in.
I mean, we are floating on water right now.
Yes, we are on a cloud, literally and figuratively.
No, that's right. So this is your first Super Cruise.
This is my first.
I, for some odd reason, thought you were here before. When I saw you performing, I was like, oh, Alycia's been here before. I swore.
I think it was because we were supposed to do it last year and got postponed. So it feels like it's been 2 years. But yeah, I've been waiting for this moment, since last year. This exceeded my expectations, though. It's been so much fun.
Any highlights from this cruise that you enjoyed?
Highlights. I mean, I love all the entertainment.
So much.
And Kim and Corinne Bailey Ray are up next. So I haven't even seen them yet. I've seen them. Kim was so nice. He took a photo with us in the Windjammer buffet.
I love that.
And Corinne Bailey Ray, I went to her Q&A, and she's amazing. But to see them both perform tonight is going to be the highlight. But I enjoyed Eric Benet. I enjoyed his opener, Chrisette Michelle. I've enjoyed every night. And if you can ever get a chance to do one of these, make sure you do. Oh, let me tell you the highlight.
Okay.
I had to talk and to bump into it. The highlight was I went to the Windjammer like 2 in the morning to get me
a snack.
Something I need. 2 in the morning, and I hear go-go music. I don't know where it's coming from. I'm just going back to my room. I'm going back to my room. 2 in the morning. And I was like, where is this go-go music coming from? And this was like Thursday night. I go down in the elevator. When it opens, I don't hear it. So I said, oh, it must have been up. I go up to the 14th floor. They are jamming.
Partying,
the
gigging.
DJ is getting it. I mean, the best go-go, not the commercial go-go music, the music y'all never heard before unless you came to D.C.
Yeah.
And I shook a tail feather. I had to take a shower before I went to bed. I said, this don't make no sense. It was so much fun.
You're from Maryland, right?
Yes.
Oh, so DMV represent.
Both my parents are from D.C., and I'm from Temple Hills, Maryland. PG County.
The
most basketball players to ever make it to the NBA is from PG County.
Really?
Yes.
Did we know? Okay.
Hey!
What you don't see is everybody putting their fist up right now because they're giving some shout outs to
PG
from
County. PG County too.
So you're now in LA.
Yes.
And what I love, Alycia, is although I thought you were here before, because I seriously thought she was here before, is the history of the Alycia Cooper. Like you ain't new to this game.
No.
22 years in this business.
22 years.
When you first stepped on this, what was first stepping? What does that mean to you? First stepping into that scene. Like, what did you do? Like, what's the first step you took to get into this industry?
Well, I mean, when I first started, I was doing open mics and I didn't know what I was doing because I didn't know that people were preparing material. I thought they were just jumping on stage, improv, and what we call in D.C. Joning,
yeah.
Which is what we always did on the school bus. I didn't realize this was a craft. So I would jump on stage with no material and I would bomb.
Right.
And then, like I should have. And then once I realized that people were really writing this stuff and working it out and performing it for years before they put it on television, then I had to start taking it seriously. And that's when I started seeing improvements in myself. But it was a long process. And that whole first year, I had nothing but sweat rings under my arms every time I went to perform because I was so nervous. You only have the material you have. So if it's not working, you can't make an adjustment and go in another direction. Now today, if I'm going down a road and I'm not getting what I want, I can then pivot and go another way.
Yeah.
But when you first start, that's all you have.
That's all.
So you sink or swim by the 3 minutes that you have.
Ooh. And that's what I wanted to find out from you. I mean, it's been 22 years.
Yeah.
Like, how have you been able to keep it steady, to keep to navigate these new times
Well,
now?
the first 8 years I had a day job.
Oh, okay. and let's talk about that for a little bit, because a lot of people think that when they see these artists, like that's all they do. But a lot of these folks, they got to supplement that income.
Yeah. Because I never really thought of comedy as a career for me, because I had a lucrative day job. For me, it was more of a creative outlet. You know, because when you have a real day job, you have human resources, standards and practices. There's so much stuff you can't say. A steady check. But when you get on stage, you can say whatever you want to say. I mean, now they try to cancel you, but I ain't even worried about that. Because for me, as long as it's funny, it's not offensive. It's offensive when it's not funny.
Right.
You know, when you hear somebody, when they have a problem with a joke, it's because the joke was horrible.
Then
if you're laughing, you can't be mad. Like, there was a roast, a Flavor Flav roast, and Lisa Lampanelli was on the Flavor Flav roast. Her roast material was so funny, I couldn't even be mad. She told Jimmy Kimmel, she said, Jimmy Kimmel, black folks don't even know who you are because you come on after lights out. Like we all in jail. Now, my thing, I wanted to be so mad, but I was too busy rolling on the floor laughing. Because if it's funny, it's funny. If it's not funny, it's offensive.
Yeah. And talking about funny, in all seriousness, we're bringing back to seriousness. I just heard on the street you got your directorial debut.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Yes. Well, one of my good day jobs that I quit was I was one of the segment directors on the Dr. Phil show. And yeah, so that's how I got into the Directors Guild. But that was because we would do field pieces on the guest.
Okay.
So it wasn't a narrative where you wrote a script and then people had to act it out and blah blah. And you're telling a story.
Yeah.
It was more of real people doing what they do in their daily lives. So this was a new challenge for me, was getting a chance to write, direct, and produce stuff that was conceptualized in my head and then put it in. So I've done 3 short films that I've come up with, and then I've done one episodic that another woman came up with called Intersection, about gentrification in Atlanta. So I have 4 projects now that I'm trying to use to get other work in television.
Nice. Alycia, what do you tell that person like yourself that just has a lot of creative expression? You're a comedian, you're an actress, producer, director. You have so many lanes, all in the entertainment industry, but you have so many lanes. What do you tell that person that feels like they need to be focused on just one thing?
Don't let anybody put you in a box, because a lot of the people making the decisions don't even know what's going on. They're in these gilded cages. They're in Beverly Hills and Bel Air. They don't know what's going on down here on these streets, and they'll tell you the craziest stuff. Like, they used to say comedians can't do drama.
That's right. That's right.
And
I remember those
like,
days.
So don't put baby in a box. If you think about the comedians that have won Oscars for drama, they people that won Oscars for drama, they've been comics. Whoopi Goldberg, Monique, Jamie Foxx, Robin Williams, Michael Keaton. All of those people started out as stand-ups, and they're doing the heaviest drama. Now today, Niecy Nash did a little bit of stand-up. I wouldn't call her a comic, but she's naturally funny, and she's killing it in drama. So don't let anybody ever tell you what you cannot do. They have not even met you.
And there it is. What's next for Alycia?
What's next? I'm trying to get a television directorial episode. Like, I would like to direct Abbott Elementary or The Wonder Years, or one of the really good funny comedy, half-hour comedy. So that's what I'm working my way towards, is getting my first episode of television. But in the meantime, I'm still doing my comedy. I'm usually at the Comedy Store on Sunset Boulevard on the weekends, and I'm still writing and still just moving my brand forward.
Absolutely. And how do people get in contact with your brand?
You can get in contact with me on Instagram at Alycia Cooper, Alycia Cooper #2, TikTok Alycia Cooper 3, and my Facebook fan page is just Alycia Cooper fan page.
Perfect. Alycia, it's such a pleasure to have you on the Super Cruise.
It's been a pleasure just talking with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
This color's popping.
Look. I am matching her lip, ladies and gentlemen. I just want you to know I'm about to steal this lipstick from her after these cameras turn off. It's a pleasure. Alycia Cooper, Jodine Dorsey, you're tuned into Capital Jazz TV.